TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing out of turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And good evening, race fans. Welcome into the Full Velocity Racing Network and live tonight for the first time for us anyways at the legendary North Wilkesboro Speedway, Wilkes County, North Carolina. Great to have you aboard tonight with the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. A Monday night. Phil Lacassis here. Bud Lizer is alongside. Jack chewing on the controls. It's going to be a hot night for racing, Bud, and first time out for us and probably for yourself. I know myself in a long time as we've come to North Wilkesboro and 305 sprint cars in combination. Well, I guess the fantasy world would kind of like we do it in the esports world, of course, and we got a good one on tap here this evening.
It looks like we sure do. This is my first time watching a race here in North Wilkesboro. I've tried to turn a few laps on the track. It's pretty cool to see. I've watched a lot of videos from back in the day when they raced on it, and it's kind of sad that it went away. But it's really cool to have it back here in a virtual world.
And maybe you'll see a renaissance of this old racetrack someday, and hopefully we do. But before we go racing tonight, let's go trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back here live inside the Full Velocity Racing Network booth tonight here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. MD Designs 305 Sprint Cars presented by our friends at Mass Mafia Motorsports. Thank all of them for coming aboard. Let's have a good time here tonight, bud, as we begin gridding for our starting lineup for heat race number 1.
Heat race number 1, going to go away something like this. Starting on the pole, Ryan Battle in the 16 car. To his outside, Daniel Vaught in the 2. Starting third on the field is going to be Neil Allison in the 95 car. Matthew Seymour going to go away fourth in the 3 car. Jeffrey Battle going to go away fifth in the 13 car. The 75 of Wally Beatty going to go away in 6th. Landon Hathaway in the 10 car going to go away 7th. The 00 of Alex Schlotz going to go away 8th. Corey Cleary in the 64 going to go away 9th. And the 5 car of Casey, I'm not going to butcher that last name, going to go away 10th. Not making the call.
A big call with that one, Casey J. I don't even want to try with that name. If I did, it'd be so bad. It's Casey J to me. I think that will work. Casey J. I don't believe it on the racetrack there. So I call for what? 10? I believe we have 9. So 9 out of 10. The heat races will go 8 laps around. The top 3 will go off into the main event, which tonight is 75 laps around, 0.63 miles the length. Here at this North Wilkesboro Speedway. It is really cool to see this thing come to life in iRacing over the last couple of weeks. Great speedway, been around a long, long time, went away years ago, and it's certainly been missed ever since. So it's very neat to come out here and do a race like this. And I'm hoping, Bud, being an old school short track guy, like kind of we all are, me coming from the pavement, of course, I'm hoping this brings some life in this joint. Maybe see this back on a NASCAR calendar one day. But before we do that, talk about all that good stuff, let's go racing here tonight. Some green flags up in the air.
Diving down into number 1, we got him just about looking 3 wide. Ryan Battle taking off the lead. The 95 of Neil Allison there running in second now. Side-by-side battle. Allison takes over the lead in the 95 car as we pass the flaggers down. The 16 on the outside, 95 on the inside. 95 going to make it down into the bottom of turn number 1 before the 16 car. The 2 car, Daniel Vaught running there back third. The 75 of Wally Beatty all over his back bumper, side by side back there. Parallel lean cars. The 10 car of Landon Hathaway. Oh, we got one sideways down there in the bottom of the front stretch.
Wow, that was wicked loose there out of 4. It caught the cars back there. Good racing between it was Hathaway, Seymour, Wally Beatty that were back there. I think Jeffrey Battle may have been the car that got squirrely out of 4, but all chasing the race leader out of 4 now. This is Neil Allison, a multiple-time winner in this series, comes in tonight as our series points leader and picking up right where he left off last week. He leads the way in Heat 2. He's got 2 car lengths over Ryan Battle, Wally Beatty into that third and final stretch for spot. He's got Matthew Seymour in the 03 behind him trying to chase him down. Nose to tail out of 4. We're going to put 4 laps complete.
Watching a little bit farther back in the field here, I've been seeing some guys losing a little bit of the rear end grip. I made a few laps here in one of these 305s before we come into the server just to see what these guys be dealing with. More power to them, because let me tell you, they're a handful on this asphalt. If you don't have your setup right, you don't have much side grip going on with them. Neil Allison and the 95 are going to lead here on lap number 5, heading into lap number 6. With Ryan Battle in the 16 cars running second, 75 Wally Beatty third, Matthew Seymour running 4th in the 3 car. Battling it out now with the 64, Corey Cleary, who's looking to the outside, diving back down, trying to get in the inside, but the 10 car Landon Hathaway blocks the door. Says no thanks. He's running down the inside now, going to take away position number 5. Coming down the backstretch, we got
3 wide. Wow, that is good race back there. Hathaway trying to mix it up in the middle. Cleary stuck in the high lane, and right behind them now you put Matthew Seymour in the number 03 as we put the white flag up in the air. Neil Allison, he took the lead early on of this one. Looks like there may be no looking back because he's got Ryan Battle behind him as we approach into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag going into the air. Give Neil Allison the win in heat race number 1. Give Ryan Battle for 2. Wally Beatty will grab that final transfer spot, sending Landon Hathaway, Corey Cleary, Jeffrey Battle, Matthew Seymour, Daniel Vaught, Alex Schlatt's going to go off into our LCQ to follow us here, but we still got 2 more terrific heat races to go. This is going to be a lot of fun. 10 more cars on the docket, bud. Let's take a look-see. Our starting lineup for Heat 2.
heat race number 2, going to go away something like this. The 35 car of Brandon go away in position number 1. J.J. Hines going to go into 36, position number 2. Ryan Matthews in the 51 car going to go away third. The 17 of Daniel Blau scheduled to go away fourth. He hasn't made the call yet. Steve Stout in the 24 going to go away fifth. Ryan Locke in the 38 going to go away sixth. The 22 of Andrew Schlotz scheduled to go away seventh. Rob Sluter in the 28 car going to go away eighth. Rob Higgins in the 40 car going to go away ninth. And Austin Carter scheduled to go away 10th in the 18 car, not making the call.
Looks like we're going to call for 10. Looks like we're going to get 8 of them as Mr. Blau fell out of the server right before they were gridding. So for him, I'm sure Daniel will try to scurry his way back into the race server and be a part of the LCQ round here, as he's a good driver. We've seen him run really good the last couple of weeks. So tough break for him. Newcomer on the front row here on the pole, 35 car, Brandon Bradney, just a new joiner to the series. So cool to have some new flavor. And you got guys alongside like J.J. Hens, the number 36 car, coming in tonight. I believe he sits third in the standings. I pull that back up over here. Yes, indeed it is. He sits third. It's Brandon Igo, who sits second in the point standings, trailing by 11 over our Heat 1 winner, points leader Neil Allison. So some more stories to watch over the course of the night. Keep an eye on that 36 car, looking to pick up some points here this evening. He'll start outside pole to this newcomer, Brandon Bradney, on the outside of the front row as they exit to number 4. The pace car dives in, and the green flag goes up to the air.
Green flag is out. Hammers are down. They dive down into number 1. Looking like the 36 of J.J. Hines going to take him to school down there, getting the early advantage. 3, 4, 5 car length advantage. The 35 car now getting sideways of Brandon Bradney. Going way to the top side of the speedway, losing a bunch of spots.
It certainly is. I'm back here watching the Ryan Matthews, number 51 car, riding the third spot. A lot of talent behind the wheel of that car. I've seen Ryan race multiple different mods at iRacing, just watching open servers and some different leagues and whatnot. That's a cool customer behind the wheel of 51. He will ride in the third spot with a good race for the lead. As J.J. Haynes going to lead the way. Ryan Locke, number 38. He's been gaining the challenge so far. 38 car on a mission. 2 car lengths to advantage over in turn 3.
2 car lengths the advantage. Hope Sudan's going to be coming down to 1 car length as they come off of turn number 4 there. But the 51 of Ryan Matthews sneaking up on the back bumper of the 38 of Ryan Locke now. Looking to the outside, taking a little bit different line than the leaders are. Looking back in the pack just a little bit, we got Steve Stout running 4th with Rob Higgins running 5th now. I'm having some trouble with my camera angle, so forgive me if I'm a little slow.
You and me both, dude. We are learning the new way of this new North Wilkesboro Speedway and trying to figure out where the best camera angle is. But we have a battle for the lead up front as Ryan Locke has dropped to the low side. It looks like in 3, give the 38 car the race lead. But look at that charge to the outside. 36 JJ going to keep that loud pedal glued down there. 38 versus 36 gives Ryan Locke the race lead as we race out of turn 2.
Ryan Matthews looking like he's wanting to do the same thing, taking that little bit higher line. Must be a little bit more rubber on the track there through the middle line of the speedway. Catch a little bit more speed coming off the corners. But J.J. Hines getting a little bit wise to their tricks. Here we go to the outside here, coming down into turn number 1. Here comes Ryan Matthews taking away position number 2, coming down the backstretch. Let's see if he's got enough time to hunt down the leader. I don't believe he's gonna. Here we are, lap 7. Lap 8, white flag gonna come out this time by.
Certainly is. White flag goes in the air for Ryan Locke, the 38 car, but move Ryan Matthews up to that second spot. J.J. Haynes. The head's going to drop the 36 car to the third spot as we'll run nose to tail down the chute into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Ryan Locke going to come from position number 6. He will pick up the win in heat race number 2 with car 38. Give Ryan Matthews second. J.J. Haynes going to grab third. Steve Stout, Rob Sluter, Rob Higgins, Andrew Slatz, Brandon Bradney going to go off into our LCQ round. So these 2 heat races have been pretty good so far. I'm digging what we're seeing here, these 305s from North Wilkesboro. And now we got more stories to tell. And I'm looking at this lineup we got in front of us. I'm going to tell you what, this is heavy hitters on tap, bud, for heat race number 3.
Heavy hitters indeed. We got Mike Henry starting on the pole in the 15 car. Brandon Ego in the 20 car starting on the outside pole. 38 Anthony Marvuglio going to go away 3rd. Mark Reynolds in the 26 car scheduled to go away 4th. Colin Penn in the 52 car going to go away 5th. 107 of Matt Dell going away 6th. Brendan Toruk in the 11 car going to go away 7th. Connor Gross in the 14 going to go away 8th. And Justin K going to go away in 9th.
Sure is. 45 car going to start ninth as I say hey to our buddy Kylo Danik out there giving us a wave on the Facebook Live chat. We are certainly monitoring that. We're also available tonight live in high definition over on YouTube as well. So if you're watching over on YouTube, we'll do the best I can over here to click between two screens and monitor two chats and hope everybody is well. YouTube pretty quiet so far as the chat goes, but I'll stay over here to Facebook Live side. So you're watching, chime on in. Tell us where you're watching from, how things are going, and where your local racetrack may be that we're anxiously all awaiting opening up soon. I heard there was some action in upstate New York these last couple of days, Bud. Believe I heard there were cars on the racetrack at Afton during practice. Well, that makes me feel good.
Music to my ears. I live about 5 miles outside of town, but it's up a valley, and the cars will echo up through the valley on the right conditions. And man, I heard them, and it's just a matter of time till we're all there doing our thing.
Todd was sending me pictures of cars on the racetrack. It was awesome to watch. I'll tell you what, just we're salivating how much we're all missing that. I know I'll be making a trip out there soon, so I plan on visiting Afton whenever Mr. Cuomo allows. We can let spectators back into the joint, which hopefully at some point over the course of the season we do. But sounds like Ronnie has a place ready to rock and roll, and hopefully seeing, I guess I had heard June 1st they can return to racing, if that's correct. So we're going to hope for that for our guys that live here in the upstate part with Todd and Bud. And call me, I go out to New York to visit Todd there at least once or twice a summer. So we'll definitely take in racing there if we can. But let's take a look at this one as we are ready to rock and roll for heat race number 3. Mike Henry, Brandon Igo on the front row, Anthony Marvuglio, the bug, with Mark Reynolds on the outside of row number 2 as a pace car going to scurry onto the pit lane, and the green flag going to go up in the air. Let's see what it's going to be for heat race number 3 as we charge down to the turn 1.
Diving down into turn number 1, the 20 car, Brandon Eagle right in that middle line there, see if he can make something happen. Gets a little bit squirrely, so the 50 car, Mike Henry, going to lead them down the back stretch and into turn number 3. We got the 107 car, Matt Daly looking to the outside of the 26 car, Mark Reynolds. Not quite making it stick either. Got to get the tires heated up just a little bit to make things stick on this asphalt, apparently.
Absolutely right. A bad pill draw for the Matt Dale 107 tonight. Matt always really quick. That's the MD Designs machine title sponsor for the series. 107 car running back there racing for the 4th spot alongside Mark Reynolds in the number 26. But Mike Henry leads the way, the number 15. You think back these last couple of weeks we followed this series. That's a guy who has had no luck with pill draws in the heats. He's been upside down more times than I can remember. A car with a lot of speed, I am sure has to be really happy to have some clean racetrack. That pill draw sometimes, Bud, that can drive you absolutely nuts.
Oh, wow. You know, I've been to enough of these big races, dirt track races around here and stuff to see that pill draw just make somebody insane because they're fast. But speaking of fast, we got a challenge for the lead now. Brandon Ego diving down to the inside of Mike Henry, taking over position number 1 now. A little love Taparuski there from Mike Henry going down the front stretch when he comes across the back bumper there, but losing a few spots to Brandon Ego down the back stretch. 238 of Anthony Marvuglio catching right up there to the 15 car, but we got the 107 of Matt Dell looking to the backside. Oh, they make contact. Around goes
Buglio upside down in a roll. He ended up in the pit lane. That car went over the wall. Holy smokes. Oh, no, it didn't. That was on the right side of the wall. Either way, that was a tough hit there. Matt Dale coming together with Anthony Marvuglio. They spin both around. That's going to take them out of transfer spots as we put, 6 laps complete now. 2 laps remain. Brandon Ego leading the way with the number 40 or 20 car over Mike Henry. Now put Mark Reynolds on the bubble, but he may have his hands full with Connor Gross because they're nose to tail for the transfer spot out of 4.
up front. We got a 2-car battle for the lead between the 20 car Brandon Ego and the 15 car Mike.
All right, Bud, I saw somebody got smoked. It was Mark Reynolds in 1 and 2. He just went for a ride through the air. That's going to change the transfer, but on to turn number 4, the checkered flag goes up, and I believe give Brandon Igo the win there with Mike Henry in second. Matt Dale rebounds on the contact. Matt will grab the transfer spot over Connor Gross, Justin Kawahata, Brandon Torek, Mark Reynolds, and Marvuglio. Man, there was some hard hits going on in that one. I'll tell you what. Holy crap.
I just seen some Toro race cars making their way around the track. I missed those wrecks apparently with the view I had, but wow.
26 car. He was way above the fence line in 1, way up there. Man, that was rough sledding. It looks like now we're off to the LCQs. Are we going LCQs this week? Let's go plural. So we have 2 LCQs. We will go 12 laps around in this one. The top 6, well, we're doing alphabet soup style. We're going to go C main on into a B. So let's race it up for the C for 12 laps.
All right, 12 laps. C main going to go away something like starting on the pole. Rob Higgins in the 40 car. Brandon Torek in the 11 car going to go away second. Matthew Seymour in the 3 car going to go away third. Andrew Schlotz in the 22 car going to go away fourth. Anthony Marvuglio in the 238 going to go away fifth. Daniel Vaught in the 2 car going to go away sixth. 35 of Brandon Bradney going to go away seventh. The 26 of Mark Reynolds going to go away eighth. The 00 of Alex Schlotz going to go away ninth. 17 of Daniel Blah going to go away 10th. 52 of Colin Penn 11th. The 5 car of KCJ scheduled to go away 12th. And the 18 car of Austin Carter going to go away 13th.
All right, there we got it. We're going to call for 13, but we've got 11 of the 13. So that will take us out there. We'll go 12 laps around versus 8 we saw in the heat races. We will take the top 6 cars off into a B main that I bet will be a lot of fun to watch. So we got a lot of racing left to go. We are very happy you have tuned in tonight on what we call your source for esports racing here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV, rolling out there in a big way. Phil Lacasse, Bud Lizer on the call, Jack True, and as always, doing our controls, doing an awesome job as it almost follows me around wherever we go. We're kind of like attached to the hip. I got to give a shout out to our buddy Todd, who is out there. I think he's racing somewhere tonight. Maybe racing, maybe golfing. Not exactly sure what he's doing. I think we're almost turning into the. Yeah, I think you're going to preview this, Bud, coming in. We're turning into the Full Velocity Golf Network. By the way,
I've seen that. I heard that anyways.
We're having a really good time doing some golf before we get on the air. Was having a really good round, and I triple bogeyed 18, and I lost to Todd. So that I'm not really feeling that. So we're not talking about Jack whipping us up there either. I don't know if Jack won that round, but him and Hot Rod will beat you. So yeah, we were having a good foursome. I think Bud's going to make that a 5-some. Yeah, really soon we'll get that hooked up, of course, and we won't put that on the air because you guys never want to hear us going at it golfing. But I'll tell you what, we're having some fun with that. Well, let's go racing out here for 12 laps around. Pink's car is in. Green flag goes in the air, and Rob Higgins going to lead the way into turn 1.
Rob Higgins. Brandon Torek now leads him back down the backstretch. I'm having a little bit of camera trouble here. It keeps jumping around on me, so forgive me.
Oh, you're good. Let's get off turn number 4. We saw a good 3-wide race back there. 3-wide, 2-wide racing out of 2. Higgins going to lead lap number 1. Put Matt Seymour now up to the second spot. Torek, Marvuglio to 238. The Bug is making his way forward off that disastrous heat race. Put the 238 car up to 4th, but racing for second. Big move to the bottom for Brandon Torek. Give him second out of 4.
Throw a blanket over the top 4 cars. They got them side by side, stacked 2 deep right there. Battling back and forth, the 3 car now. Matthew Seymour going to take over the lead to 238. Marvuglio going to slide up there and get second, I do believe. He's going to run the bottom side of the speedway, see if he can keep it ahead of the 40 car Rob Higgins. Making a stick, going by this flag stand now. Actually going by the leader, Marvuglio to the lead, running the bottom side of the speedway. Tighten that car up, she'll stick right to the bottom. Look at this, he's carrying up off those corners. Matt Seymour now seems to be fading just a little bit. Higgins is trying to get around him, trying to find a way. He's digging and digging, trying to get up there. Meanwhile, the 26 car, Mark Reynolds, side by side with 11 car Brandon Torek for position number 4, takes the spot away going down the backstretch. Sets his sight on the 40 car, Rob Higgins, who is now 3rd. Back there on the transfer spot, Daniel Vaught in the 2 car. Seeing a little bit of action, trying to get up on the backside of Brandon Torek to solidify his position there on the bubble. Make sure he's not the man on the bubble.
Want to stay off that bubble if you can, for sure, as we're going to get on turn number 4 this time. The cross flags will go down on the C main, and the race leader, Marvuglio, with car number 238. He's pulled out already to almost 3/4 of a second lead over Matt Seymour. Rob Higgins, we get Mark Reynolds, Brandon Torek, Daniel Flout on the outside. He's on the bubble right now, running in 6th, but he's got fingernails over the 18 of Austin Carter. Austin is all over crawling on the back bumper, and he will look low, racing for a transfer spot down in the turn 1.
Marvuglio, as you say, is out to a pretty commanding lead now over the rest of the field. Heading down into turn number 3, I'd call it just about a 10-car length advantage over the 3-car Matthew Seymour. There's, let's see, 0.8 of a second gap between the 2 of them. Now 9/10 of a second. They're just about a second gap there between 1 and 2. Here on lap number 9, leading them back to back stretch.
Watching this race from the transfer spot kind of unfold is quiet for the time being, but I'll tell you what, Daniel Vlout, the Deuce, has been doing all he can, but he lost the spot last time around to the Austin Carter number 18, so put a newcomer on the number 2 car. Jack's telling me 2 car. Boston Carter, we've got double deuces out there, so 2 and 2. Austin Carter now running in the 6th spot, trying to hold off. Now it looks like a vault behind him. Andrew Slats has cracked his way up to 8th, but on the outside looking in as well. But up front, there was no story to tell. Marvuglio was just tearing into the field, and this time out of 4, but he will see the white flag.
Marvuglio just got out there, and he put her on cruise control. He's out there in rider plane mode, just cruising at altitude, just gaining time over the field. He's got a 1.5 lead. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for him for sure. Battle back here is for 3rd and 4th between the 26 car and the 40 car. Rob Higgins and Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds sliding by for 3rd. Coming down to the checkered flag, Anthony Marvuglio, Matt Seymour, Mark Reynolds, Rob Higgins, Brandon Torek, Austin Carter, your top 6. Those are the 6 going to go to the feature. Daniel Vaught, Andrew Schlotz, Alex Schlotz round out your field.
Certainly do. And that was a good little race there. We'll put Marvuglio into the B main, which is going to also call for 13 cars. And we will go, well, 15 laps around. And we're going to call for 13. And what did you know? All 13 are racing into the main event. So that's C main. Well, it was for a starting spot in the A, but now they work on starting position here in the B. So we'll go 15 laps around. And we'll see who wants to start 10th in our 75-lap main event.
All right, they're going to go away something like this. Landon Hathaway in the 10 car going to go in your pole. The 24 of Steve Stout on the outside pole. Connor Gross starting 3rd in the 14 car. Corey Cleary in the 64 going to go away 4th. 28 of Rob Sluther going to go away 5th. Justin Kay going to go away 6th in the 45 car. Jeffrey Battle in the 13 going to go away 7th. Anthony Marvuglio, the winner of last chance qualifier C there, going to go away 8th. Matt Seymour in the 3 car going to go away 9th. Mark Reynolds in the 26 10th. Rob Higgins in the 40 car 11th. The 11 car of Brandon Torek going to go away 12th, and the 18 of Austin Carter going to go away 13th.
We got it, 13 cars. They will all race into the main event. This is for starting position. The winner of the B main will start 10th in the feature, and that may be a big deal here for 75 laps around in our A main tonight. We know for sure, we see every week with a 65-lap feature normally, that fuel is always an issue. These cars are designed to only have 13 gallons of fuel in them, so they run out right around halfway. So, you got to play your fuel strategy right. You got to dial yourself all in. So we got a lot of racing left to go, but these 15 laps, I don't know if you're going to call it a test and tune or a dead right up sprint to see who can start in the top 10 for our feature event.
We shall see. I do believe the lights are out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Dives down into the pits. Your front row, Landon Hathaway, Steve Stout leads him down the front straightaway. Green flags out, hammers are down, side by side they go down into turn number 1, side by side back through the field so far, but Landon Hathaway is going to take the early advantage coming off of turn number 2, rocketing down the backstretch there, jumping out to a pretty healthy advantage as he dives down into turn number 3. Side by side battle now between Steve Stout and Connor Gross for position number 2.
Looks like give that to Gross out of 4. He'll pick up second. Stout stuck on the way outside, rim riding there off of 2, and he may lose the spot to Corey Cleary and also Rob Sluter's number 28 car right in the mixes. We got one around, taking a tumble in turn 3. We'll stay green, but somebody's night just went sideways.
It looks like Landon Hathaway took a page out of the book of Anthony Marvuglio here, what he did in the C main. He's checking out on the field. He's out to just about a second advantage over top of Connor Gross now. Connor Gross is trying to make a little bit of bacon up through the field here.
There they are, and Bud said
okay,
bacon.
It's not just me.
No. Bud said bacon. Now I'm hungry again. Good job, Bud. Just bringing the bacon here on the network. 2 cars that
Landon Hathaway's bringing it right now here at North Wilkesboro. I can tell you that. Sneaking up on the backside of the field.
They certainly are. Well, it was Matt Seymour who was involved in that big wreck over in 1 and 2 here a few laps ago. So he is a car in danger of falling off the lead lap with the 0-3 car. Jeffrey Battle also took a hit over there in the first turn as well. They keep rolling on. They're all chasing Landon Hathaway. He's out to a full second over Connor Gross. You got another second and a half till you find Corey Cleary running in the third spot. Rob Sluter and Steve Stout's 24 car doing well, but don't look too far because Marvuglio, the 238, the bug is a coming.
Moving on up through the field, the 238 of Anthony Marvuglio. I was looking back there just a little bit between Rob Higgins and Brandon Torek. They were battling side by side. Higgins got the advantage there, taking over position number 9. Everybody's kind of filing in here, just about single file around the speedway. Hathaway with a solid second lead over top of Connor Gross. Connor Gross seems to be making a little bit more tracks up there to catch him because he's dealing with the 3 car.
I'm going to tell you what, you said you turned some laps before this one started here tonight in these cars. So I can imagine they're the lowest power of the sprint cars here in iRacing, these 305 sprints. But I will tell you what, the speeds into the corner at about 115 miles per hour. These cars are absolutely zinging around this joint. Now, I got to imagine they're a little bit twitchy feeling. Now, we see these guys running more of the outside arcing groove. Is that more a product of the less steering you put into the car, the less twitchy the sensation you'll get, the more you hold it straight, the more, adaptive these cars may be going straight?
Yeah, that could very well be a possibility. That was kind of what I was kind of learning when I was trying to do it, is you wanted to just really roll it into the corners and drive it through as far as, instead of diving into a corner like on dirt you would, but some would. It's definitely different. They got quite twitchy, and I just threw a dirt setup on there, was just trying it. These guys, I have no idea what they run. It's amazing to see, though, because they are going a lot faster than I got. I got maybe a 20-second lap. These guys are running 17-second laps.
Scooting. They are definitely doing that. Watching a good race going on back here for 5th between Steve Stout and Anthony Marvuglio. They are right there. That's not the Stout. That's Justin Kawahata, the 45 car, him and the bug going at it. They were side by side. They continue side by side. They worked for 3 laps, give Marvuglio the 6th spot in a 1 and 2 as we went down on laps. Next time around, the race leader, Landon Hathaway, he should receive 2 to go.
Should get the old popsicle sticks in the air here for Landon Hathaway. Diving down into turn number 1, the 28 car now of Rob Slaughter. What happened to Hathaway? Did Hathaway run out of fuel? No, he's still going.
He's still going. Yeah, I'm excited there for a second. He did lose some gap on that lap, though, as he takes the white flag. And he lost the race lead because Sluter didn't sneak up by. What did happen to Hathaway?
Yeah, it looked like Hathaway was running out of gas. Sluter just kind of zipped right on by.
Sure did. Well, this may hand the B main to Rob Sluter out of 4 because the checkered flag goes in the air. 28 car going to take down the win. Second will go to Landon Hathaway, Connor Gross, Corey Cleary, and for 4th, Steve Stout, Rob Higgins, Mark Reynolds, Austin Carter, Anthony Marvuglio. He's going to get 9th with Brandon Torek, Justin Kawahata, Jeffrey Battle, and Matt Seymour rounding out the field. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. It just kind of, he slowed down.
It's going to be interesting there. So, tell you what, we're going to go 75 laps around tonight. Our first trek on the Full Velocity Racing Network into the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It is cool to come out here to this joint in iRacing with our buddies from the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Mass Mafia Motorsports. So let's go to it for 75 laps around our 3D Racing starting lineup.
Starting on the pole, the 95 of Neil Allison. To his outside, Ryan Locke in the 38 car.
Starting third is yeah, I lost my mouse. Yep. Go for it.
Starting third, Brandon Egu in the 20 car. Ryan Battle in the 16, going to go away 4th. Ryan Matthews scheduled to go away 5th in the 51 car. Mike Henry, 15 car, going to go away 6th. Wally Beatty in the 75, going to go away 7th. JJ Hines in the 36, going to go away 8th. Matt Dow going to go away 9th in the 107 car. Rob Sluter going to go away 10th in the 28. Landon Hathaway going to go away 11th in the 10 car. Connor Gross in the 14 going to start 12th. Corey Cleary in the 64 going to start 13th. The 14 starting spot belongs to Steve Stout in the 24 car. The 40 car of Rob Higgins going to go away 15th. The 26 of Mark Reynolds 16th. The 18 car of Austin Carter going to go away 17th. The 238 of Anthony Marvuglio going to go away 18th. Brandon Tork going to go away 19th, and Justin K scheduled to go away 20th. Jeffrey Vettel scheduled to go away 21st, and Matthew Seymour is scheduled to go away 22nd. Justin K just joining us there, but Jeffrey Vettel and Matt Seymour not making the call so far.
No, they're not. Looks like out of the 22, we're getting 20, and you got all 22. Were they all out there? They are all lit up. Yeah, looks like they're all out there. So, yeah, Seymour and Battle,
they
are on the tail end of the road. So, they're all out there. 22 drivers, 75 laps around. And I'm hearing some of the transmission between the drivers. They are all really concerned that they can make those 75 laps on stopping one time. This may be a very interesting race to watch here. There may be some strategy at play. We get early caution. You may see a lot of these guys dive in, but there's some speculation, but we may be looking at potentially a two-stop race.
Ooh, that could really add into things. Now, do they throw a caution or anything? Oh, never mind. Let's see. We'll find out. Green flag is out.
We'll go racing around. Yeah, we race it straight up. There's no competition yellows that I know of, unless they plan on doing one with Collins on, race control there with, I think, Mike Henry and Dale, of course, who does a good job. These guys all do it. This is a fun series to watch week after week. We exit now turn number 4. Let's complete lap number 1, and it's going to be car number 95 of Neil Allison going to lead lap 1. Brandon Igo in for the second spot. Ryan Locke, Mike Henry, Ryan Battle, a terrific top 5. We got a race for 4th down to the 3rd turn. One car to the way inside. Believe that is Ryan Locke on the move.
It's all Neil Allison out front of that 95 car, up to a 0.3 of a second lead already over the 20 car of Brandon Ego. Mike Henry there running 3rd, Ryan Locke 4th, Ryan Battle 5th. They're kind of starting a little bit, fan out just a little bit here, nose to tail, single file till you get back there to 7th. Then there's a little bit of side-by-side battle there between the 51 car of Ryan Matthews and Wally Beatty. Matthews coming out smiling like a rose because he gets that 7th spot away.
Racing here early on. We're only, 4 laps of 75 on the board, so these cars getting after it. And 75 feels like a short race, but it's really not for these cars, as we're going to slow it on down, and we have our first Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag of the evening, and Jack is telling me that we have a leader. Let's take a look-see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. It's the replay. Who is on their side? Number 10 of Landon Hathaway having some issues here, and yeah, it certainly is. Now a Honda to 45, the 13 of Jeffrey Battle, and the 10 of Landon Hathaway. 3 cars all coming together. First yellow flag of the night, and it broke away early. You talked about how twitchy these cars can be, bud. We saw a little bit of that right there. You get one of these things out of shape, well, you could be in for something just like that, and they are all down on pit road.
Pit road boogie happening right now. What did we say? They're 5 laps in, but my gosh, they're making sure in case they don't get under the caution, they can stay out there as long as possible. Fuel consumption's definitely got to be a concern here. These cars run on methanol, and they don't exactly sip it. So, and like you say, they only have, I think, what'd you say, 13 gallons of fuel. So it's going to get interesting.
It certainly will, for sure. We got a race out of the pit lane there, as it's all green flag laps here at MD Designs 305. So we will go 75 green flag laps. So our timing and scoring may not sit absolutely correct, but I'm going to believe it's going to be Neil Allison, the number 95 car. I believe he is going to still be scored the race leader. I may be wrong, as we're going to chase some cars around, find the pace car, and believe I am right. Right. It is Neil Allison going to lead the way with the 95 car over Brandon Igo. Ryan Matthews out up to 3rd with Wally Beatty, and Ryan Locke in the 38 car. That's how they run nose to tail. That's unofficially what I call the top 5, but I've been wrong before.
Well, you're making a guess at it. That's more than I would be doing right now. So it's like you say, the scoring on the screen's not quite the same, but it's not that bad at the moment.
Looking like all pretty kosher here. It looks like the lights will go out around the 0.63 mile Wilkes County zone, the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Jack saying 0.52. Well, the track length inside the sim says 0.63, but You've got our track facts down there. You air those every night we go out there. Don't get those enough props. What do you say, 0.52? That's a little bit off, but I may be off too. I've been known to be off many times before. Ask the wife, she'll tell you. But on turn number 4, we're doubled up, and the green flag returns to the air.
Green flag's back out. Hammers are indeed back down. The 95 car, Neil Allison, indeed is your leader, going back down the backstretch. Stepping back out, a bit of an advantage this time over the 51 of Ryan Matthews. Running second, the 20 car, Brandon Eagle, taking a dive down at the backside of the 51 of Matthews. Not quite making anything enough stick to get by him. Here on lap number 7, side-by-side battle for second and third. Fourth and fifth, they wiggle it out there coming down the backstretch. Guys are starting to fan out, feeling the track out a little bit, I think, here. If they get some green flag runs, we're going to start to see some real good racing. You're going to see guys moving up the track. The tires going to heat up. Be some passing happening.
You aren't kidding. And we are seeing a good one back here as we're getting racing up near the front. This race back here for 5th has been terrific as we have a wreck there off 2. That's going to put the yellow flag back on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. As we complete lap number 8 here for North Wilkesboro, we slow it on down again. We got one up in the air, and was that the deuce of Austin Carter I seen having a little tumble over there? 28 car wasn't a deuce, it was a 2. 28 car. On the sheet, but I'm sure Jack is telling me the truth. Not sure who the tumble was. There's our story, the second yellow flag of the night here live at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll break back in with the call of the restart. Don't go anywhere. 9 laps of 75 here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, the lights are out. That Ford Mustang pace car makes a hard left-hand dive onto pit road. Phil Kane English. We go back to some green flag racing. The points leader, Neil Allison, will lead the way out of turn number 2, but we are doubled up behind them in the pretty sporty little race we have for 3 or 4 different battles. They all stay wheel to wheel, door to door, whatever you want to call it here in the sprint car out of 4 as we get a 3-way race for the lead.
Wheel to wheel, door to door, Nerf bar to Nerf bar, however you want to say it there, Phil. But by golly, they were close. 51 car now. Ryan Matthews taking his opportunity of them shuffling back and forth to take the lead away from the 95 of Neil Allison by shooting down the backstretch. Coming around, he's going to lead this time by lap number 11.
And we finish 11th lap.
Speedway.
Yeah, and a yellow flag back on the speedway. I heard somebody's car hit the wall, and I was watching these drivers go 2 and 3 wide out of 4. It was really a cool picture. It's Ryan Matthews now scored our new race leader, but our 3rd caution flag of our main event will put Jack back to work. And it looks like Ryan Locke in the 38 goes for a tumblerooski and he exited the speedway. He went right over the pit wall. He ended on the pit lane, and that's not good. It's not wheel side down the right way.
That's a rough night. That's a rough night for sure. It's going to be expensive.
I've heard race car spelled backwards is race car. Race car upside down into walls is expensive.
Amen to that.
Yeah, right. Ryan Lockdale. The wing is gone. The car is basically junk. Well, wonder if they have a reset or they can fix that or not. But either way, that car taking a wild hit. Third yellow flag of the main event. We appreciate you all watching here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing.
Lights are out on the Ford. No, they're not.
Ah,
My
premature
bad.
one. No, they were off, and they come back on again. So I think this time out of 4, we'll put the lights out. Kind of staggered there for a minute. I'm like, they're still single file, but the pace car lights did turn off. They were off on the back chute. I can confirm that. It was on the car itself. We'll put them out this time. So one more short check around. We'll double it back up. We got Ryan Matthews leading Neil Allison, Brandon Igo, Wally Beatty, Mike Henry running in the 5th spot with Matt Dale, JJ Haynes, JJ Haynes, the 36 car with Jeffrey Battle, Mark Reynolds, and Anthony Marvuglio going to be our top 10. We're going to go Sheffield Graphics on board with that number 75 car of Wally Beatty. He's going to restart in position 4 outside of number 2. Let's take a look-see out there with the green flag back in the air. What a view. That is a cool view out the front end of one of these 305 sprints. Wally Beatty giving us a ride here tonight. Thank the Mike Sheffield over at Sheffield Graphics for sponsoring all of our onboard looks here on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we race now off of turn number 2. Ryan Matthews leads the way, but Neil Allison, who has been quick all series long, the number 95 car, he is stalking his prey, going to take a peak low, going to peak up high, and he'll ride on the tire tracks. He's trying to find a way around as we head down the front chute.
Matthews so far showing the fastest way around the speedway. The 20 car Brandon Egu now diving down low, trying to get around that Neil Allison 95 car. It's a little bit of run, but we go back a little bit to the 75 now. Wally Beatty running side by side with the 15 car Mike Henry, stealing away position number 4 from the later aforementioned Henry. Somebody's saying, whoa, something happened on the speedway.
Oh my goodness, I believe it was a 75 car. Got squirrely out of 4. They're wrecking again. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Finds us now on lap number 15 of 75. So our 4th caution flag. But you were talking about Wally. I was taking a ride around his car and it stepped out of line on a 4. That's why I screamed that big old whoa, because that was a handful.
I missed it. I was looking at the other screen. By gosh, what looked like a crazy little wreck there.
Well, Jack will show it off for you with our J-Max Strong Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. Jeffrey Battle at the 13. He takes a long to the outside wall, puts us back under the yellow for the 4th time. Live in North Wilkesboro, got loose at the 75, and there it is right there. Yellow flag on the speedway here, live on your source for esports racing. We'll be back here live with the restart, 15 laps into our main event.
Lights are out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car coming down the back stretch. Your front row made up of Ryan Matthews and Neil Allison, the 51 and 95 respectively. The 20 car of Brandon Egu there in third. To his outside is going to be Mike Henry in the 15 car. Egu eagerly awaiting the green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Let's get back to it now. We're going to start lap 16 of 75. Been a rough start here tonight for the MD Designs 305 sprints here at this new to iRacing North Wilkesboro Speedway. We got a wreck over in two. I believe Allison got turned around and they get a big wreck. Oh my goodness.
It helps if I have mine on live. I had it still on the replay, so I was back 10 seconds.
Well, you'll see it as it happens. I believe it was Neil that got turned around. I believe Matt Dale was in it. Mike Henry got him around. I mean, that was a hard hit. Happened right up front. The 5th yellow flag on lap 16. That's a wild replay.
Lights are out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. They're doubling up, coming down the back stretch. Your leader, the 51 car, Ryan Matthews. To his outside, Mike Henry. Third and fourth, the Connor Gross, J.J. Hines side by side.
It's a good front two rows right there. This one's kind of changed a little bit as well. Brandon Igo is on the pit lane. Green flag going back in the air on lap number 17 of 75. Let's see if this is the run to do it. Ryan Matthews will lead the way out of two.
Matthews charging down the back stretch there with J.J. Hines there for position number 2. Mike Henry looking down to the inside now of Hines to take away position number 2. Can't quite make a stick this time. Maybe going down into 1. He can run a similar lane and get something to happen here. He does so coming off of 2. Takes away position number 2. They're going to drag race down the speedway just a little bit on the back stretch. Running fourth now is Steve Stout in the 24 car. Getting a little squirrely coming off of turn number 4. Behind him is Anthony Marvuglio in the 238 car. Running 5th.
I'm telling you what, watching some of these cars exit 2 and 4, I'm seeing busy hands. These cars really, really twitching, out of control, and Guys doing a hell of a seat up there, running up there for second. Henry got a little squirrely. Right behind him, J.J. Hines got really squirrely there. The 36 car as they run for second. The race leader is Ryan Matthews, and he is putting second on the field. But surprise, surprise, bud. Yellow flag on the speedway. The story of the night has been the yellow.
Steve Stout turning it around on the backstretch there, backing it down on the grass. I don't know what happened, what caused it, but I just caught it.
We'll find out. Jack is the best in the business, pushing the buttons, showing off the controls of the instant replay, and let's see what happened to old Steve in the 28 car. He went for a little bit of a roundy round, was not quite if it was by himself or not. Not exactly sure. Jack will find it. I did see Steve Stout's car around. Maybe we're both delirious. I swore I saw the same thing. We're not going to find what we... Yeah, looks like we're not going to find the replay, but I swore I saw something too there. You said the same thing, and I saw the same car. I ID'd the same car around. That's really weird. Jack found a leaner in the pits.
Guys, my internet's freaking out. Gotta get out of here.
All right, bud. 16 car was the one that hit the pit wall there, and yeah, upside down. Side is went a leaner in the house. So there's the story there. Yellow flag, believe number 6 of the main event. Looks like Bud's the antenna holding the internet cable in. It looks like it went south on him. So yep, they unplugged at the office. We'll hopefully get Bud all sorted back out. We'll see him later on in the week here live on Full Velocity. Appreciate him stopping in and giving us a hand while he could tonight. I know he's been battling the internet PC woes for a better part of a couple days now. So good news is for Bud. The text will be out tomorrow. We'll get him all sorted out, and he'll be out here night after night with us on Full Velocity. Great addition to our team this last couple of weeks. And I with a ton of talent, great announcer. Love having Bud Leiser a part of the Full Velocity Racing Network team as we get ready to roll with the yellow flag back in the air the 6th time. But I do believe we're about doubled up and ready to go, or lights are still on. So we're going to be one more trip around. We're going to take a drink here really quick. We'll break back in with a live call, the restart here in North Wilkesboro Speedway. All right, the lights are out around the speedway, which means it is time to go back to racing with 20 laps on the Full Velocity Racing Network scoreboard. The iRacingIFlag.com green flag back in the air. Ryan Matthews, the lead. Mike Henry, J.J. Hines, Connor Gross, Mark Reynolds going to be our top 5. The number 26 car as we race down the back chute. And is this one going to be the run here we see for a green flag run here to put some laps to bed? It's been a struggle for the first 20, but we exit the 4th turn. We complete lap 21. 51 car of Ryan Matthews will lead our way down the back chute into turn number 3. Mike Henry there in tow with the number 15 car trailing by 4 car lengths, but approaching some more off of 4. Run so far for Henry's number 15, and we look behind them. A race for 3rd beginning to kind of take shape. The 36 car. And J.J. Hines there running in 3rd. Connor Gross behind him in the number 14 running in that 4th spot. Mark Reynolds now. You said, don't look. Here comes Matt Dale in the 107 beginning to make his way up near the front. And Matt going to drop that car to the outside lane. He'll roar alongside of Reynolds racing on for the 4th spot down the back chute there and into turn number 3 and 4 as we're getting a run together. Looks like Gross going to hold on there, and now it's Neil Allison. It's Neil, number 95 car, our points leader, multiple-time winner in the series. Neil beginning to make his march forward as him and Dale will race on for the 6th spot. On a 4, give Neil the spot. Also watching the 75 car. No, it's not 75 car. It's a 18 car of Austin Carter. There it is. Wally Beatty in the picture back there. As we going to slow down again. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Going to find us on the racetrack now with 26 laps of 75 complete. We'll get Jack Q up and show off another replay. We'll break back in to call the restart. 49 laps remain here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, the lights are out, and I think we've solved the issue of how big is North Wilkesboro. I said 0.63. Jack said 0.52. What did we come up with? 0.625, the official. So if you round that, if you round the 0.625 up, you'll get 0.63. iRacing was not lying to me. I'm glad it finally decided to win in my favor. It does not happen often. We're not going to take that for granted here on the network, but we get off turn number 4. Let's put the green flag back in the air. 27 laps now going onto the scoreboard. Race lead is now Daniil Allison with Matt Dale, Wally Beatty, Anthony Marvuglio, Rob Higgins in the top 5. Car number 40 as we race out of turn number 4, and hopefully this is the run here as they all kind of seem to be minding their P's and Q's and turning some laps out here, so hopefully we see a good race commence. For the last 2/3 of this one, been a very big struggle. 7 yellow flags in the first 25 laps of the main event. Well, we're going to race off turn number 4 this time around. Let's chase away with the number 95 car, Neil Allison, but he is going to have some pressure from behind because Matt Dale in the MD Designs, number 107. Well, he is right there. He is down to 2 car lengths. Let's see if Matt takes a run. I thought he may look high. Now he'll look to the low side on a 4. We will begin to see a battle shaping up for the race lead. Back in the 3rd spot is where we find Wally Beatty in that number 75 car. He's got a little bit of space between himself and Anthony Marvuglio, who's now in the 4th spot. Mike Henry going to rebound back into the top 5, but a yellow back on the racetrack. Yellow, 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 with now 30 laps on the scoreboard. We're going to slow it on down. Jack will show up a replay. We'll break in back live here with the restart call on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thirty laps on the Full Velocity Racing Network scoreboard tonight with the AMD Designs 305 sprint cars here live at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the very first trip for us here at FVRN since the release of this track about 1 week ago. Been a lot of fun to watch it, and slowed by a lot of yellow here tonight. 8 yellow flags the first 30 laps of a 75-lap race. So out of ton more, we will try it again with the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag up in the air. Neil Allison, Matt Dale, Wally Beatty, Anthony Marhuglio. Now Matthew Seymour in the 0-3 car up into the top 5. We'll see if we can race it on. Now, good race for third is Marvuglio going to take a peek-see around Wally Beatty. Out of the fourth turn is now the bug down to the low side. Is going to race there for fourth with Mike Henry, the number 15, but that is going to be having a period put on it because of a knife time tonight. We are slowed by our Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag on the speedway. Take another look at our J-Max Strong Full Velocity instant replay, and we'll take a pause here under caution. 32 laps in, approaching halfway here tonight in North Wilkesboro. All right, we are doubled up again here. I guess we can say halfway home next time by as we get the green flag. We'll put 32 laps complete. The race leader is going to be Neil Allison, Matt Dale, Wally Beatty, Anthony Marvuglio, and Mike Henry going to be our top 5 as the pace car dives itself back into the pit lane. Green flag returns to the air. Neil Allison will hit down loud, pedal down, and lead us in a turn number 1 and 2 as we race it off once again with a field starting to whittle down a little bit now as we've got 13 cars left on the lead lap. A couple of cars already out of this one here over the course of 9 yellow flags. Been a long evening for a lot of these drivers. One car to the wall off to number 4. It was a 238 Marvuglio. Car jumped up in the air, came down, kept it rolling. Great hand save there by the bug. The 238 car riding in the 5th spot, but we are in 3 and 4, all chasing away at the 95 car of Neil Allison. Matt Dale, Wally Beatty in the 3rd spot. Mike Henry, Marvuglio somehow held on to 5th over Connor Gross. J.J. Hines, Matt Seymour, Austin Carter, Rob Higgins there in the top 10 as we now put 35 laps complete here in North Wilkesboro with Allison going to lead the way out of 2, and we have a race down the back chute. Matt Dale is there, the 107. I believe Matt is just kind of riding and biding his time, maybe letting some laps get in here because you don't pay the points of the money out until you see the checkered flag. It's still some time away now, 37 of 75 on the board. So we are getting there. We thank you to all that have tuned in tonight, stuck with us, maybe tuning in now for the first time here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. If you guys have not done so already, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. We're out there also on YouTube in high definition, also available on Twitch TV as well as we are about every night. And we need all of it. Don't forget, we also have our new feature of the network here. Become a network supporter by clicking on that little blue badge at the bottom of the screen there. $4.99 will get you on, a cool little content we're going to put together here on the network. I know we're going to meet more about that this week, see what we can do. But become a supporter of the network. It's our new way of the donations we do. We took away the stars. We'll do the supporter thing, and that'll go well. So chime in on that if you can. Want to be a part of us? We certainly will welcome that. We appreciate all the love we get in the sim racing world, and we've got a good one going on now with Neil Allison leading the way with Matt Dale, Wally Beatty in the 75, getting a little tad bit racy as well as the top 3 begin to mix it up front. Mike Henry's number 15 on the outside of that battle, but we're racing for 2 on a turn number 2. Matt Dale when scoring to the inside of Wally in the 75, so they get a good battle going on back here for second. It is going to be the 95 of Neil Allison leading the way out of 2. It is a great battle. They've had a lap car. Okay, I saw another car. I'm on the TV tower. I'm a little bit distance away down looking into 3 and 4. They almost go out of view there for a second, but we are in this. I'm going to try a spectator mode, see what that does. Maybe a little tad bit better. Race for the lead is terrific out of 2. Matt Dale to the inside of Neil Allison down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4. And Matt going to sneak out and I think with a little bit of a little hip check there a little bit. He will clear Neil's 95 car. So the new race leader is the MB Designs 107 of Matt Dale. He will lead the way and hopefully lead us back to the green flag because the yellow has raced us once again with 44 laps complete here at North Wilkesboro. right, the lights are out. We should see the Ford Mustang pace car make that hard left-hand turn in there. And I think back to me making a turn like that, I almost kind of keep waiting for it to hit the wall. Didn't do so yet. A lot of cars have hit the wall. Hopefully the pace car does not. Mustang is certainly a nice car. We get the green flag back in the air. Let's start lap number 45 with Mike Henry now leading over Corey Cleary, Matt Dale, Neil Allison, Matthew Seymour. The 0-3 car now up to the top 5 as a lot of cars have come down to the pit lane. Had to get themselves refueled. We were thinking that maybe a 2-stop race anyways if a green flag run happened, but missing a few cars down to the pit lane 2 or 3 different times now with 30 laps to go in this main event as we race down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Mike Henry with number 15 back in command of this one. We chase our way off the 4th turn. Matt Dale has rebounded back up to second. He has brought Neil with him, the 95 car. Drop Corey Cleary now back to the 4th spot with car number 64, nose to tail into 3, but we may have an interesting development happening here as far as our race for the lead may go as Henry get chased down by Matt Dale's a lap car in the middle there, getting all goofed up. It was thought that was a race for the lead. It was not. Henry's got a 1-second advantage down the chute into turn number 3 and 4. Dale and Allison in behind him. Cleary, Wally Beatty, Ryan Matthews in the number 51 car. Back to the 6th spot, Matt Seymour, Connor Gross, Rob Higgins, and Steve Stout. Rounding out our top 10 now with it looks like 12 cars on the lead lap. I believe Marvuglio, the last of those, tailing on the lead circle. The leader as we complete lap number 50 next time around. The story right now would be the driver of car number 15 leading the way, but beginning to get a little bit of space to run down between the two of them because Matt Dale was on the march. Corey Cleary is there with car number 64. Neil Allison, I think Neil may have dropped off his pace a little bit in the number 95 as he got a little bit caught up by a lap car. Neil got lapped around there by Corey Cleary. 64 car now up into 3rd as we exit turn number 4 and continue to chase around the number 15 of Mike Henry. Last time around, 1.2 seconds now. The advantage between himself and Matt Dale put Corey Cleary into the spotlight now running in 3rd, and he may take a look to the low side of Matt over in turn 3 and 4. There's a lap car right in the middle of those cars. Who is that in there running? It's not no more. Okay, I thought somebody was right in the middle mixing up the picture for me over here, trying to get the name and numbers correct, but we now are racing for the 3rd spot as Allison to the inside of Corey Cleary out of 4. So put our points leader Neil Allison back to the 3rd spot as we go Sheffield Graphics on board with the number 95 car. Neil now back up to 3rd. Can he run down his buddy in front of him? Matt Dale, the MD Designs, 107 out of turn number 4, 54 laps now going on the scoreboard. So this one, by far and away, the best green flag run we've had of the night. Can we keep it up? Can Mike Henry keep it up front? He's got 1.5 seconds to his advantage this time out of 3 and 4. 55 laps on the board, 20 laps remain inside the North Wilkesboro Speedway. 1.491 the advantage that time by between himself and Matt Dale. A little bit of a drift back here to 3rd for Neil Allison. That car got a little bit out of shape. He held on. Corey Cleary going to come back to his bumper, the 64 car. Ryan Matthews, number 51. He's a guy who's been quick all night long. Put the 51 car back into the top 5 and looking for a spot down to the low side through off the exit of turn number 2. Is on the move. Is that Ryan Matthews, 51? Wally Beatty there as well with the number 75, not too far behind. And Connor Gross, Matthew Seymour, Marvuglio, Rob Higgins. Our top 10 with Steve Stout, the last car on the lead lap. Now 11 cars raced the same lap as our race leader out of turn number 4. Now Jack is telling me 10, so we've lost another one. I believe that maybe cars coming down to the pit lane here under the green. Mike Henry pitted out of the lead. That's who was the 10th car now on the lead lap as Henry is down in the pit lane, getting his car full of fuel late. And look at what leads the lead over. We have seen this game played before with Matt Dale pitting somewhere early on or around halfway and making it stick to the end. Can the 107 do it again here tonight in North Wilkesboro? He leads Neil Allison off a 4, but it's just by sheer car lengths there. Call it 0.2 of a second. Corey Cleary riding in his tire tracks third. The 51 car of Ryan Matthews not too distantly behind that 64 car. Let's ride nose to tail out of turn number 3 and 4. I wonder aloud if these cars are done pitting for the night that are up front. I was pretty staggered to see Mike Henry with a big lead pitted himself right out of the top spot. So tough for him. Will definitely losing some track time for sure. I also saw J.J. Hines down on pit road. Brandon Iga was on the pit lane. Mark Reynolds pitted off in a lead lap as well with car number 26. So that is the reason we now have 10 drivers on the lead lap with the 107 leading over the 95 car, nose to tail. Out of turns number 3 and 4 this time by. Going to put 63 laps to bed. 12 green flag laps remain in this one. Top 3 all nose to tail. Call it top 4 as Ryan Matthews attempts to keep bay with car number 51. Looks like his lap time is maybe comparable. The race leader is, they all stay nose to tail. So far, so good. And at a roll there out of turn at number 2. And can somebody do anything to chase down Matt Dale, or will the team sponsor car, the MD Designs 107, put himself in the winner's circle here tonight? Neil Allison, he is there, the best one he has had in a couple of laps. Exits out of turn number 4. Neil is right there, going to take a look-see to the outside. He will look low out of 2, race for the lead. Down to 3 and 4 as Neil backs out of it, and he will run it deep and see what can happen on a turn number 4. He will stay right in the tire tracks. If Matt is to make a mistake right now, I almost wonder if there would even be reaction time for Neil riding as close as he is behind him. Great run tonight for Corey Cleary's number 64, but he is under siege now from Ryan Matthews as Ryan goes to the inside, put the 51 car now up to the 3rd spot. Cleary back to 4th. Wally Beatty trailing 2.3 seconds last time around. Wally's number 75 car riding in the 5th spot. We are watching what is developing up here at the front. Can anybody make the pass on Matt Dale running out of time? Now lap number 68 going up to the scoreboard as we run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Allison has fallen off that pace a little bit, called about 4 car lengths out of 4, about 3 or 4 back to now Ryan Matthews, who rim rides out of 4, trying to chase his way down. As next time by, the starter going to put those 5 fingers down. 5 more trips around for the race leader, car number 107, Matt Dale, out of turn number 4. We're now 3 car lengths between himself and Neil Allison. Ryan Matthews around 1 second back there, riding in 3rd. 2 3/4 seconds back to the 75 car of Wally Beatty. Put Connor Gross in the top 5, as it looks like Corey Cleary has surrendered himself to the pit lane for a late stop of fuel with car number 64. So can the story be up front? Does Matt Dale have enough? Does Neil Allison have enough? We have seen this game happen over these last few weeks as we down nose to tail for the race lead out of 3 and 4. 72 laps complete, and 3 laps remain in this one, and it looks like it's going to be down to these 2 up front. Matthews has faded back there in 3rd. Call that 1 second even. Wally Beatty now trails by 3 seconds, 7.5. Back to Connor Gross in the 14. Looks like Connor could have a top 5 running. Now Marvuglio up to the 6th spot. Matt Seymour, Rob Higgins, Steve Stout running out our top 10. And this time out of turn number 3 and 4. The starter is going to put the white silk up in the air over car number 107. Matt Dale takes the white flag as we have a race for the lead and the win here late. Neil Allison, he is there with car number 95. He's going to take a peek down into the low side of 3 and 4. We're going to drag race off the corner. Dale versus Allison at the line. Give it to, oh my goodness, Matt Dale by .033 will take down the win over Neil Allison in a tremendous finish. Give Ryan Matthews 3rd. Wally Beatty, Connor Gross getting a top 5. Anthony Marvuglio, Matt Seymour, Steve Stout, Rob Higgins, Corey Cleary going to score top 10 with J.J. Hines, Brandon Igo, Mark Reynolds, Mike Henry, Austin Carter making up the balance of the top 15. Ryan Locke, Ryan Battle, Jeffrey Battle, Justin Kawahata, Landon Hathaway, our top 20, with Rob Sluter and Brandon Torek, with code number 11 running out 22 cars here for the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Post-race show is up next, and one of the best finishes you will see here in iRacing. It is Matt Dale, tonight's race winner, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show presented by our friends at BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds, web hosting, DPS servers, dedicated servers. They do it all. Check them out today over at BladeNode.com. Matt Dale taking down the win over Neil Allison in a third-place run tonight for the driver of car number 51. That is Ryan Matthews. Ryan, buddy, a tremendous run for you. We saw a lot of yellow flag early, but a good, really good race here late. Get a third place run there, bud. Tell us all about your night.
Yeah, we had a good start to the race. I think we started fifth, I think, and then we got to the lead pretty early. Until around like lap 25, I think I came in, decided to fill it up with some gas because I was getting pretty low. So we got to the back and then just couldn't really go anywhere. There were slower cars, and it was pretty tough to pass with them all stacked up, and I just kind of stayed patient and just rode back there, and then we went down around lap 45, I think it was the last caution, got some fuel, and I think we picked up 5 spots on that first lap after that last restart, so that helped us a bunch, and was able to make it up to third, and I was closing in on the top 2 those last 5 laps, but just didn't have enough time.
Well, certainly didn't. Had a hell of a run, though, I got to tell you, at car number 51 here, Ryan. New track to North Wilkesboro here to iRacing, of course, and these 305 sprints, it's not something you see for a combination every day. What were these cars out there like running around this joint?
Yeah, it's North Wilkesboro is a pretty, like, probably one of the best oval tracks, in my opinion, on the service for racing. You can pretty much work 2 grooves. So it's an awesome track. I love it. I'm not the best at it, but it's definitely one of my favorite tracks. And you know, these sprint cars, you carry so much momentum, and they're a lot of fun to drive. So just the 2 combinations, it's makes for an awesome race. It kind of sucks that we had way more cautions than we should have had, but it was definitely some of the best racing when we actually went green.
I agree. It was cool to watch here in the second half of this one there. But Ryan, let me give the mic here one more time. He'll let you thank your team, your sponsors, and a great night for you. Congratulations on a third place run. Take the floor away and thank all the crew out there.
Yeah, I got to thank James River Nurseries. They came on board for my real life racing this year. So thanks to them. My dad at S&M Auto Service, Carbon Racing Solutions, Pembleton Forest Products, and Denise Matthews Real Estate. And thank you all for putting this on.
Oh, our pleasure indeed. Cool. We'll talk to this guy. I've been following his racing quite a bit here recently. Ryan Matthews, car number 51, going to finish up third here tonight. We'll let him go. We'll walk down here and talk to an old friend who just about pulled off the win here late. 0.033, Neil Allison. You come up short here tonight. I don't know if you get closer than that, but golly, what a good run you had there late. Tell us about your race car over the course of the night.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I was pretty fast. I got in that wreck, I don't know, about lap 20. But it honestly helped me in the long run because it helped me on my pit strategy. But yeah, I mean, just barely got beat there by Matt. Me and Matt were side by side almost all night racing, and just come down to that.
Well, looking big picture coming into tonight, you came in tonight as our points leader. You had 13 over Brandon, had a bad night. JJ had an off night. Anthony had a bad night. Matt Dale all the way down there in fifth. He won the race, but you had 20-plus points on him. Best way to minimize a loss is to finish right behind him. I mean, overall, big picture, good night for the 95 team.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I'll definitely take the points. It's pretty good. Top two. I mean, I'll definitely take the points. I know Matt's had a couple bad nights, so.
Shoe can always drop to the other foot. I think we all know that as race car drivers as well. So Neil on a good stroke of luck here. A couple wins, a second place run, an eyelash short of another checkered flag here tonight, bud. But a terrific job by you. I'll throw you the mic one more time. Let you thank your team and crew and whoever supports this race car.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'd just like to thank CPG Graphics, Connor Gross, Colin for putting this series on, and you guys for broadcasting it every week.
It's always fun to follow these guys and catch up with a guy with a ton of talent. Car number 95, Neil Allison, a second place finisher. Him here tonight. That means it is time to run down into Bladeno.com Victory Lane, the MD Designs 107 car. In the winner's circle, the driver, of course, our buddy Matt Dale, picking up the win. Matt, tremendous job by you. First of all, talk about that finish. Neil gave you quite the run there. A little bit too close for comfort. 0.03, the end about the line, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, me and Neil, we had run side by side earlier throughout the race. I knew he led most of the race. I knew he was going to be hard to beat. When he got into me on inside of me going into 3, like, I knew it was going to be a race, but I knew the outside, I could hold him off for like that one corner that I needed. So I won't really need to pitch him down, but it was a lot tighter than I thought it should be.
Definitely was, but now I got to ask you, we see these races, we see a little bit yellow early on, we get a good run till the end of the middle toward the end, and on a night where few mileage almost comes to the roll here Monday nights, it always seems to be you that has it fall into your lap in a few mileage deal. What is the secret to making your car last longer? Is this the cautions falling at the perfect time? I feel like you get a lucky horseshoe when it comes to cast racing.
Just timing it right. I mean, just depending on the guys that are causing the cautions, that they normally like leave earlier in the race. So, towards the end of the race, you're gonna have a lot cleaner races. All the guys that are a lot faster, they know how to run side by side. I mean, me and Neil ran side by side half the race. So, I mean, I just get lucky, I guess. I mean, I know I make sure I have enough fuel to make it to the end and maybe 1 or 2 extra cautions normally.
Well, I can tell you what, I think we've pretty much established now a month in to the who's and the who can do it, who can cut it, and who can't for sure. But you do it here again tonight, Matt. Once again, the Victory Lane. Take the mic from me one more time and give the folks and the team a big shout out, man. Congratulations. Another victory. They always feel good.
Yeah, for sure. Just got to thank Colin Penn, for starting the league and all. Anthony and Brandon for putting on the, paying for the broadcast and all, and MD Designs, and everybody else that helps to put it on.
If you need a cool, sick-looking paint for your helmet, get a hold of this guy right here. One of the best in the business. Cool guy indeed. Matt Dale, tonight's big winner at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll do it for us here tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. For Jack Truin, Bud Lizer, the whole gang here at Full Velocity. Phil LeCast will sign off. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night, FERN Modified Series, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, on your source for esports racing. Good night, everybody.